Right, welcome to the program. My name is Dr. Mankota. First of all, I want to um, welcome everybody for the wonderful new year. So far, so good. Things are going very well for we all. And I just the place saying we will continue for enjoy this new year for we, especially the viewers. Them we always they are. Let me just put this. Always the viewers the way they are. So today we'll get two very important discussions where we therefore can discuss in this Saturday, 24th of January 2026. And the time now is just 12:05 million time now, PM, million time now. So the first discussion we'll get for do with this. Um, well, Yenga, Yenga, Yenga. How many times I call up? Three times, not so. To me, it looks like Madabio don't give up on Yenga. So Madabio is not go able to solve Yenga problem, just like the previous presidents them, where they're not able to solve Yenga issue until they left power. So Madabio is now abandoning Yenga, and this is very, very terrible. It's terrible because um, the key responsibility of a president of any country is for protect the territorial integrity of that country. And we get leaders them na salon we a very sad when they're not in the power, then talk all can talk. I remember um, in 2015, 16, 17, Madabi the time when he not been in the power, um, I mean, they talk about Yenga. I mean, they try for criticize Ernest by Koroma um, for say he not serious for resolve the problem of Yenga. Well, in Kana power, he promised say he will solve Yenga. Today, Yenga has been abandoned by the same person. So what's not the problem here when it comes to Yenga issue? What's not the problem? The problem here is the willingness by the leaders to engage and apply certain methodology for solving Yenga. My concern is Yenga is just the beginning of territorial encroachment by we neighbors. If your neighbor believes say you're too weak, he can do anything. And the occupation of Yenga by Guinean troops is just a test for making them see within a real reaction as a country. And for the past three consecutive presidents, we actually show Guinea saying we are not willing to die, if that's possible, for the territorial security of our country. It's very sad. Just this past, just this past week, we see Madabio and Mamadi Doumbouya, when I the president of Guinea, then they hug themselves. Somebody will occupy your house. You go hug them. Thank you for occupying my house. It's very, very sad. It's really, really, really sad for Sierra Leone. We leaders, they don't give a damn about the country. And this na something we it's terrifying. Na something we it's pathetic. Now, if you feel say Yenga is gone forever, or maybe for the near future, put your comment at the comment section of the platform where they watch we from. We believe um, the three past presidents, the two past presidents, and the third one we currently they're not serious about resolving Yanga issue. They are not. Well, guess what? Guinea don't begin encroach again. Now the Gambia border because they no say Yanga, the whole Yanga will not able to lift even a single finger for resist. So they realize say they can do anything where they want for do na Sierra Leone. We're not able to do anything. So they don't begin encroach um the Gambia, that border there, that Gambia border there. And I believe say cannot too. So we have been invaded by a neighbor we not give a damn about international law. And that neighbor there, in inauguration, we did it, we did go hug him, we did tell him thank you. Sierra Leoneans, them, these are some of the things we need for faithful. These are some of the things we need for come together as a nation. But we focus on tearing ourselves apart for something we probably petty, something we probably is just an exercise. But we focus on that. We left things like this, where we supposed for hold we leaders they're accountable. As we speak, Madabio is the chairman of ECOWAS as we speak. You know that your neighbor occupy your place illegally. You know the chairman. What Madabio don't do when he become the chairman? What he don't do so far for Yenga? They focus on for go and complain to people that we know they'll get no interest. Do you understand? For can't talk this person? He don't occupy me house. He don't need it for 20-something years. So I know one problem. Do you tell them? Is that the way you protect your territory? What happened if Liberia take some parts of the border? What happened? The same thing we get for do. So we need for focus on some of their important things here. We let us they don't care about will. I'm telling you, they don't give a damn. What did they care for? Where money come, then cut half, then put in their pocket, the balance then shape so their own friends and families. Then they pass with big cars, build big mansions, laugh at we ignorant. Then they laugh at with division. Yenga should be a test for Sierra Leone for stand up for territorial integrity. Yenga should have been that test. We're not able for faith. this will get for do a normal diplomatically. It's over 20 years. It's over 20 years. And I'm telling you, the more them guys then they occupy, what thing, and they don't begin for do na younger. They don't begin for imports Guineans them na that area there for make them car occupy younger. Now you get Guineans then they waiting right inside with territory, claim to be Guinean territory, right inside with territory. And you have a president where they go and they go pay homage to the same person we occupy with territory. Look at the elections. The election of Guinea, now one of the most democratic election in West Africa. When Mamadi Doumbouya, it transformed himself into a civilian in Iran, the opposition, they not allow the opposition for even campaign in most of the places. Then they threaten the opposition. How Iro gets nearly 90% of the votes? How? Now only a dictator now in the get them kind percentage here, because nobody not get mind for challenger. And you are the chairman of ECOWAS. Say the election was not fair. Say the election way they make na Guinea was just a gimmick, something that you're not supposed to even tolerate. But now the first person we congratulate Mamadou Doumbouya, and I the first person will fly go na Guinea for go pay homage to this guy while he occupy your place. Well, I know say the SLPP folks then go kind of just not begin to talk all kind of thing, excuses. But remember at the time where the APC party been in the power, these were the same people that we been criticized and by Koroma for not doing enough. Politics na salon. Politics na salon, I believe say a need for change. In order for politics na salon for change, the attitude of the civilians, the citizens, need for change. That's not the only way where Sierra Leone go see a better progress for the country. Where we the focus on individualism, it's all about me, my family, my party, and anything else, it's bad. I hope say when they hearing me right. Yeah, okay. I did look at me monitor at the hearing myself. So if we as citizens, we only they play the patriotism card only when the other side in the power. Now the tender one they come and criticize that person, they try for despise that person there. But when we in the power, if FIBA like say win a mumu and bad things they go on, you not get the mind for talk. How you go call yourself as a patriot? You know what the actual patriot, somebody where actually the whole Union government accountable for the bad things the way they go in the country. Now in a patriot. Okay? Because that's not the test of being a patriot. Not to when the other side in our power, at the time way they can try for pretense you're not patriot. The time when you party in a power and you get the courage for stand up and tell them, say, hey guys, this is not good. That's not in a patriotism. So at the area, a lot of them then they come up with so many let me put this here. Then they come up with so many excuses. Oh, no need for you no need for wash your linen na public. That's not the mentality of hypocrisy. So you keep your linen under wrap while it dirty. Then you go to the other person, you go attack the other person, say in linen it dirty, while you own linen dirty. I feel say now you own force you get from pool, you cannot go now the river for go wash them. Well, I'm talking about Sierra Leone. Okay. That's now in them called patriotism. The courage for stand up in a difficult circumstance for make sure you hold whoever is in power accountable for the bad things or for the inability or the unwillingness for those things. You know. So we have a responsibility. But when you look at we leaders them, look at that. Well, this is not just a picture where I put together, but if we cannot protect your country, you as a leader, what are you able to protect? The money? The money where they come? No, you're not going to be able to protect that money there. This is the problem in Sierra Leone. It's a big problem. And how we're able to solve this problem? Attitudinal change. We need to change with attitude. That's not the first thing nowadays. We get people that are alone, especially in the diaspora. People that way they ought to know better than the diaspora. Where if they see you say you now follow the culture of becoming a hypocrite, you only come out and criticize the government because that government is in the power. But when your government, your party in the power, now no criticisms. No criticisms. Follow and support the leadership. That's an attitude problem. Hypocrisy is an attitude problem. So that's not the first thing we need for do. This is the first thing we need for teach we young one day. Because for this young generation, this generation is already been destroyed. We are a destroyed generation. We know that. But are we going to pass this destruction, this behavior to the next generation? I don't think we should do that. I can attest to this. When the APC leadership was in power, people like we, so few of we, well, first of all, let me just make this declaration. It has already been proven the SLPP are not patriotic. Okay? Yes, I know say the first lady been say the only patriotic Sierra Leonean are SLPP, but on the contrary, the SLPP are not patriotic. For the past 7.5 years now, it has been proven for say these people are hypocrites, these people are not patriotic at all. When the APC party was in power, I sabi some of una, because I interacted with una so many times. When the APC been they make unnecessary blunder, now only few of we within the APC party been get the bold mind for tell the APC privately and publicly saying what you are doing is not good for the country. And at that time, Some of these hypocrites, the SLPP folks, then they look at me saying, "Brah, I give you credit. Why you for give me credit for stand up for my country? There is no need for you for give me credit. What you the time for tell me you don't get the courage for do the same thing." And this is exactly what happened. When they kind of power, most of them waving the same. Oh, I could do the same thing if SLPP didn't have power, Brah. When the SLPP didn't have power now, all of them don't turn mumu. Younger, you know what's in the inside Younger? You know why the Guinean actually focus on Younger, where them hold that place there? You don't know the meaning say where they na Younger, not so. If you see somebody just they go seize a land where you know see not getting no benefits there, and we get with president where now in supposed for protect that land there, it go hug and laugh and smile and shake hand with the very person we occupy we land. Sad, sad. Really, really sad. Well, the Liverpool fans them this year, I'm very sorry. It looks like when I know they do well at all in the Premier League. Bournemouth just don't beat Una back 3-2. Sad. It's really, really sad. But I digress. Let me just come back to me. I just inform you now. Liverpool 2, Bournemouth 3. Liverpool is struggle bing this season. They struggle bing. Well, I mean, a Man City, okay. We say if we get some kind of difficulties, I understand that. But we're not the champion there. So I really, really did struggle, but that's okay. Now let me come back to the point why they try to make. In order for a country for progress, develop, the attitude of the citizen must be or must be willing for go along with certain things then way will make the country progress. One of it, like I said, holding your leaders accountable, because these are the drivers of that country. The development of that country, these are the drivers. We can do anything we want to do as citizens, but if the leaders are not doing the best for make them encourage prosperity, progress, and development, the country, they struggle. And that's bad. Bad. Okay, we already don't agree, say we leaders are them. Now people their way backward, then get backward thinking. But what about the citizen, me and you? What about the citizen? If we not able for push for progress, then who side progress get for come out? Because we already don't know say we leaders are them corrupt. It's all about their pocket. It's all about their cronies and families and loved ones, friends. But what about me and you? Sierra Leone today sits in a land that is very, very fertile, naturally rich in minerals, and socially very educated. Sierra is getting education is actually improved. Well, let me take time for explain when it comes to education. More people are going to school nowadays than before. Now that one that means I'm not talking about the quality of education. I'm talking about the quantity of education in Sierra Leone. So people are going to school more, we get more educated young uh, people, young citizen than the way it used to be. Okay, so that's not a hope for we all, but it is not enough just for go to school. Where they go to school, what did they go teach you? The problem with Sierra Leone education, we actually the affect with today so is that we are going to school to learn about foreign things where they not get no benefit in our country in most cases, things where they're not going able for help you for develop the country in most cases. And the worst of it is we get what we call misalignment of curriculum in Sierra Leone. People who are supposed for study maths, then they go study history. People who are supposed for study history, then they go study chemistry. People who are supposed for study chemistry, then they go study whatever PE. Okay, physical education. It's now misalignment, and you not get nobody for blame the government. But the worst of it is one of the main thing where they're supposed to emphasize or re-emphasize civic education. Civic education should be mandatory for every student from kindergarten to senior secondary school. Within that period, 7, 8 years, within 8 years, students should learn how to love their country, within they're supposed to do for participate in the national development. Okay, this should be mandatory in school. I don't know whether they don't even restore civic education in Sierra Leone. I don't know because it's been a while when I actually track the educational system in Sierra Leone because it's just too baffling. You get people there where they go college, where you come on a college, sabi nothing absolutely. Go spend 4 years in college, 4 good years. Come on, no sabi nothing what you go learn. We can tell that. Last year alone, according to what we understand, 1,000 lawyers now then graduate. 1,000 lawyers now Sierra Leone. 1,000. Well, when we look at the universities in Salon, okay, then within the universities that they produce one field, 1,000 when at the law. You go sit down and look and start for study with lawyers that will get in a salon, their behavior. You go realize say no wonder why so many lawyers then are salon then useless. Okay? Then useless. Why Sierra Leone not do what we call Nayana, American Naya, selective service? Why? Why Sierra Leone they not implement that? Why? Why Sierra Leone they not implement what we call selective service Nasalo? Where you done high school, you get 6 months for going to the army, for go train at the army. At least if we're not able to do selective service, we will bring that program there. So that every Sierra Leonean young man them then get some sort of military um, training in case. If something happens, God forbid it, something happen like we then don't invade we country soon on three, I think three fronts that they now in don't invade we country. Yanga area, Kono, Cambia. Now, how many soldiers the way Sierra Leone gets right now? I don't know. I don't know at all. Let me just want for see if I go able to get a count here. Let me see here. All right. According to the Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces, let me pull this thing. According to the Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces, RSLAF, currently we consist of 13,000 active personnel. 13,000. 13,000 active personnel now we get. How many brigade that? A brigade is between 3,500 to 4,000 per brigade. Not so. So we only have about 2.5 brigades, or maybe 3 brigades, 3.5 brigade. Now we get plus 3. And with them, we'll not even maintain them. At this time, if Guinea Bissau says Sierra Leone is very strong militarily, therefore we don't come on a Yenga. For we don't come on a Yenga long. 13,000 active soldiers. Now we get Masalo. And out of them 13, let me read something for you now. And out of them 13,000 personnel, and this include Army, Navy, and air wing branches structured to maintain national security and defense during this, well, I don't want to go during the Civil War, whatever. Okay. So 13,000 troops now will get Nasalo. So, you know, Kia, let me say Guinea. Let me look at Guinea. Let me look at Guinea. Well, they far apart. Well, this is in 2024. 2024. All right. Guinea gets about in 2021, according to the CIA book, the Guinea gets about 65,000 troops. 65,000 troops against 13,000. 65,000 troops. Now Guinea gets as active troops. 65. I think it's a pretty big size. How about if we able to get 45,000 at least? Or let's get 50,000. Or if we're not able to maintain 50,000 because of the economic problems we'll get, let's use what we call national service, like what I talked earlier. Every um every Pekin we graduate from high school, both women, both girls and boys, we graduate from high school. if I go do 6 months military training, 6 months. Then after that, you can go now. Now most of the African countries now then they do the same thing. What after that now you can go to now college and other um disciplinary disciplines. I think that's going able for maintain some sort of security guarantee for Sierra Leone. I believe so, but 13,000, that's that's just too small. All right, continue for put your comment at the comment section of the platform where you watch me from. Um, so that's my in about Sierra Leone. Let me reiterate again the topic for people that will just come in. This is what we are talking about today. A lot of una see the videos na Guinea this week where Mada Biogo na Mamadi Dumbuya inauguration, you know, then they laugh, then they sit down, hug, all them things, then they so you see the issue right there. Somebody will right now occupy uh, two parts of you land. If na myself na Mamadi Dumbuya, I go take more if I get um that urge for expand Guinea. Guinea almost surrounds Sierra Leone. Guinea big past Sierra Leone, far, far, far away. Now we supposed for still land from Guinea, not to Guinea supposed for still land from we, because they get enough land. But Yanga is very, very strategic. It's a very strategic place. I've been read some history. In the 60s, Guinea actually attempted for take Yanga in the 60s. But at that time, we get a very strong army, though small, but very, very strong. So Guinea not get in mind for doing. But today, not to army, well, I know one for disrespect the army as alone, then they do very well. But the government actually not they provide the necessary resources where the army they get for make them become a very effective army. Yeah. So Guinea don't take Yanga. Guinea don't invade Gambia area under. Guinea don't invade Kono party under. So you see how then they take small parts, then test Yanga for the past 20 plus years. There is nothing we able to do for resolve the problem. Every leader will come, he talk big. And after that, there is nothing else we then will say. That's not the topic for today for say. For the SLPP folks, Mada Biodon abandoned the problems of Yenga. And this is not a fact. He don't abandon Yenga. Just like we Tijan Kabab abandoned Yenga. Just like we Aneskroma abandoned Yenga. I don't know the next president, but I believe say he will abandon Yenga. So if you look at the trend from president to president, I think it is safe enough for make somebody conclusion Yenga is gone. Maybe somebody will come and change the method and retrieve Yenga from Guinea. Maybe. And I don't know what they pray God for. But Guinea believes say Sierra Leone is very weak when it comes to military. We don't get the capability. The other time, after studying the war in Ukraine, how the dynamic of warfare changed in Ukraine. Now the TPN and other social groups come out and suggested that I think the opportunity has come for Sierra Leone for diversify the military mentality we will get and try for look at modern way of equipping we military in a more effective but cheap way. I talk about trying to introduce drone technology within our military. That's not something where if me become president as alone, well, me now um technologically inclined person. If I become president as alone, I dey make sure I get the best technology out there, way available, way very, very cheap, but very, very effective, like drone warfare. We're able for create drone factories and drone training within we educational system, while the government they sponsor some of them, then students then they here in the United States, now students then they make drones. In China, where na the headquarter of drone factories or uh, drone manufacturing, now students there mostly. So let's say in some of we tertiary education like technical institutes, we equip them the institute then they with them technology where we begin and then they go study how for make drone is very very easy, very very easy. You don't need for take 6 months for know how to make a drone. Very 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 easy. Okay, how for uh, put a drone together, and we see the effectiveness of drone more than even the tanks. A tank probably they cost you between 2 to 3 million per tank, or maybe even the modern tank, like them 5 million or more. Okay, a tank. Usa Salon go able to forget that money they for buy boku boku tank. Will not get that. But I will tell you, say, when it comes to modern warfare, tank if also still they play part, but drone is the best defense right now in modern warfare. A $500 drone, they able to destroy a 5 million tank very easily, and he able to destroy them far away from the contact line, far away. So we have the opportunity for make we able to modernize with 13,000 troops we will get. Let's say we put like 2 or 3 brigade, we specifically then they train on how for use drones, how for manufacture drone, how for use drone in case there is a very serious escalation like places like Yenga. Bruh, these are some of the technologies we right now we need, but we leaders them, they're very, very backward thinking. Madabio, na been soldier, but they tell you one thing today, Madabio, I don't think say he even understand how military technology don't they go beyond in training. I had a very serious conversation with some of in colleagues them, where now they're all been faced that day. We get a debate. And it happened for this a minute to even a soldier. And now one day all gone for go fight. But through research and understanding how warfare they go and looking at active war, how it they go. Today, knowledge is universal. Okay? Even me, when me now computer scientists, now they now me only way them call that one, now me on feel that one day. Okay. There are people where they're not going to school like the way I go to school, where you go able for correct me in terms of computer science. Because knowledge is available everywhere nowadays. So it's not always you have to go to school and do this. That's not the only person who will be able to understand this thing. Yes, you get an advantage because at least you get what we call formal education. But it's not necessarily. So we had debates on the TPN when the war in Ukraine take place. I look at the way both sides then they fight, and how then they introduce new technology for gain advantage over the others, and all I study everything. Come out and say drones. This was in the early months of the war in Ukraine. Now I come out and say drone technology is going to change the dynamic of warfare. I know we call name. Some of them people then have been colonel then na salon, and they fought the civil war na salon. They argue me. Man, you don't know nothing about warfare. Waiting drone go able for do? I say, watch. Drone is going to change the dynamic of warfare. Because at least I get some knowledge of technology, and I know what are the capability of using that technology for effect advantage. So how it end up today? Well, anybody will follow the war in Ukraine, even military expert them, world military expert them, then don't acknowledge say drone is the number one effective weapon in Ukraine war. Both sides then they use that, and both sides then they improve for make it more effective. It's very hard in the Ukraine war this time around for make you see a large convoy of tanks, they roam around, bulldoze the war fronts. No. Then they destroy you now very, very easily. So, Sierra Leone get an opportunity. We don't get money. I don't know what's in the budget for military. I know say most of the budget they go to paying salaries. Maybe 70% of the money that they go. I don't know, but likely that's not the thing. The 30%, nothing. Let me see here if I'm able for no what's in the budget. Hold on. Just give me 1 minute. All right. In 2024, now listen, 2024, the military budget as alone is between $36.4 million to $40 million. Oh boy. Oh Lord. $40 million now in the budget for we military alone. Which is about 0.46 to 0.56% of the country's GDP. $40 million for an entire country's military budget. $40 million. Let me look at Guinea. All right. Guinea's spending is 504 million to 560 million in 2023. Ladies and gentlemen, knowledge is good, man. Knowledge. When you get knowledge, it's good. 40 million versus 560 million. They said they not reach now $500 million actually now, and then they spend per military. $500 million. We they spend less than half a hundred, less than $50 million. 560 na in Guinea they spend on the military. Then get about 60, is it 65? 65,000 troops. 40 million. It's sad, right? Sad. Really, really sad. It's really, really sad. For a country like Sierra Leone. How you go able to fight somebody with well, it's not much more about the money. It's about how you use the money for effect. But that budget is just too much for Sierra Leone. And I believe say if war broke, Sierra Leone go able to bump her up to 100 million, while Guinea go able to bump her up to $1 billion. Okay. So we are in a big disadvantage. But that's not the point. Whether Guinea they spend $1 billion in a crumpy tank, because we see some of Guinea then tank, very, very old tanks, and get them boku. I don't know now, but before, during the 1990s, where Sierra Leone been they go through a civil war, we been get Guineans them, we come for can help we. Some of them Guineans and they na younger them being based. Some of them now other parts of the country. We see how then they fight. We see how Guinea they fight. Guinea no sabi fight guerrilla warfare. I don't know now, but do nothing in there. If they say rebel then they under, then they just they send them bazooka, them big weapons them. Boom, boom, boom. It's effective, but in a guerrilla warfare, Sierra Leone is was. I don't know now the capability of Sierra Leoneans army. I believe say they're still good, but before Sierra Leone na be one of the best guerrilla warfare troops in West Africa. Even Nigeria, then give we credit because the way we Sierra Leonean army actually they organize ambushes and attacks. You see the coordination, you see the experience in them compared to Guinea. But we need first, this amount of money is too small. It's too small. Let me take a look. Why am I giving you this information? For make you now understand why Sierra Leone not even the dream for take Guinea out of Yenga. Because the topic here is about Yenga and it has to do with the military. But I know we just can't give and say, well, Madabio don't abandon Yenga problem. I will tell you why Madabio abandoned Yenga problem, why Aneskoma abandoned Yenga problem, why Tijan Kabab abandoned Yenga problem, and how we go able to mitigate the situation for make we able to get some kind of an advantage. Okay. So let me see for weapons acquisition. Hello. Sierra Leone. Let's see if I go able to get information on that. We're not able to get in 2022, 2023, the 2023 budget was 22. In fact, okay. All right, when I watch this, that budget way argue It was I think 2020 or something like that. I don't remember again. But they say in the total military spending, the 2023 budget was 22.43 million, making a decline from 2022 level. Though total spending has fluctuated, the total defense spending is low with the 2024 or now that 2024 at 40 million, which includes all military operation, procurement data detail. Okay, now this I want the procurement data. I don't think so we'll get a specific, but it says detailed figure on weapon specific accusations are generally not public disclosed, though in 2016 trend show very limited arms import. That's during the time of Ernest Coleman. The data for 2022 indicates stable, low level expenditure for overall military budget. So they're not able for giving um, um, an amount how much would they spend this $40 million would they when are the budget for the military, how much they go per weapon acquisition. I believe say 70% of it is just for salaries and other benefits. So you see, let's say 10 million. Let's say 10 million. Or yeah, 10 million. The most. Now would they spend per weapons acquisition. Ah boy. We need to bump this to at least 100 million. At least for now. Well, but what's the money they come up? When I don't take all the minerals and when I don't go sell them to foreign investors, them now, then they give you 0.05%. Now, in when they get, how you go able for maintain a robust military um, troop. This is what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of us sometimes like you wonder how Africa always they behind. Why Africa they the way it's supposed for this day so. But did you take the time for actually research on the causes of some of them here? These are some of the causes. If I don't know, they get $2.5 billion annually, then you go get 100 million out of the 2.5 billion dollars. Now 100 million now you go get same. And that money there. How you go able to maintain stability, financial stability? How? Sad, right? It's very, very sad. Really, really sad. So think about that. This program is for education, okay? For knowledge dissemination. We dey share knowledge. And I know say some of una don't put una comment. I dey read una comment, Gigi Snom. I dey end up this segment now. I dey go to the next segment very briefly. Then I dey go to the comment. But just look at the information why I don't provide for you today about Sierra Leone military. Let's say we bump the military budget to 100 million, okay, which is about 60% more. Okay, we bump am to 100 million. Now, right now, then they spend about 40 million. It looks stable with 13,000 troops. Okay, now let's put another 60 million there. You go to that 60 million there. Let's try for create some institution where actually go able for support the military, like technology, like what I talk about, training students how for make um, drones, where maybe now the first 1 to 2 years no more. Now you spend more, but after that, them picking and they then go don't get enough experience where the expenditure they go down, because now them picking and they're able for produce mass drones. If a drone they cost $1,000 na China, you able manufacture an salon for two, three, four, or the most $500. So something where they go buy like a rifle, AK-47, go buy them for $2,000 to $3,000 a piece. You want to say we not get people then we able to create the same thing or replicate the same thing. Then there because it's happened before. During the time of the NPRs, there were people who actually they replicate, then they make, then they look at the AK-47, then they replicate them. Yeah. But everything we get for imports from outside. And we'll not get the enough money because right now the exchange rate is a kill we. It's a kill we. We currency is very weak. And therefore, this 40 million dollars that they win at the military budget, if we get at least like let's say $1 to 5 leons or 10 leons, it's much more better. But $1 is about 2,500 leons for $1. So we have a choice, and it left no more to the leadership for make them take the best choice for protect Sierra Leone. I want for hearing from you. I don't talk too much. I don't talk over 1 hour. Now let me go to the next segment. Why am I bringing this? Well, it's all about Africa. We get the same problem. Whether you talk about Sierra Leone, you talk about Burkina Faso, Mali, Nigeria, or Niger, or Algeria, Kenya, it doesn't matter. We have the same problem. For some of you now, where they follow me, because I get social media segments where they call international geopolitics, where they bring information about the world. We call that international geopolitics, where they bring episode after episode after episode and discuss. So if you follow me on that program, that means you know exactly what they can talk about, because I don't talk about this. Then there's now for some of you now, where they follow the event the way they happen at Burkina Faso, Ibam Traore, we know say this guy then don't miss him many times for overthrow now. Many times. This Italian say Burkina Faso na coup attempt then they eat almost every single few months. This guy then they attempt to overthrow now. So on the 3rd of January this month, there was a coup attempt where 6 of the coup attempts where they don't do na Burkina Faso. Now a man where they call Paul Henry Damiba. Paul Henry Damiba na in be overthrown Mohamed Yusuf, where na in been the democratically elected president. This is the guy where you see Adroam it made Ibam Traore or something like that, okay? Now Paul Henry Damiba na been the leader of the juntas before Ibam Traore. Waiting na be in your excuse. Damiba in colleagues and overthrown the democratically elected president because then realize say Mohamed Yusuf na a president where now a puppet of France. Okay? Now a puppet of France. So waiting France they tell her now they do. When I know say Burkina Faso gets a civil war or a terrorist war, as then they call them, this terrorist war don't take the West, France. No wonder why France right now they go through so much disaster economically. France don't use for exploit Africa. France overall of them budget, they come out from Africa, the 14 francophone countries. We every year they get for deposit about 50% of their money to the Central Bank of France. And this money, about $1 trillion, now in France they use for balance their budget and other things. How many years? 80 years, 100 years, whatever time, okay? It becomes like a norm with France. For say yes, this is the one of the major sources of income. This is why their whole grip on the francophone countries in Africa, okay, countries like Senegal. And I don't tell them about Mamadi Doumbouya, where he don't another dictator we don't come now, because if you go make a democratically a fair democracy or election, you get nearly 90%. It's questionable, but anyway, I digress. So Muhammad Yusuf, now a puppet of France. Now waiting France say, now in the needle. As always, just like waiting to happen Ivory Coast and Togo and Benin and other Senegal. Okay. So Paul Henry Damiba and the other military personnel, they overthrown this guy because waiting France been they do for make them continue for exploit the resources of Burkina Faso, then come and say, then they can't help for fight the terrorists. Then bring troops, but then troops here, not to actually for fight terrorists, then they supply weapons, allegedly, to the terrorists, and then they supply weapons to the Burkinabe troops. So when this war continue, it gives the leverage of France for make them continue for Dena Burkina Faso. And Muhammad Yusuf is okay with that because at least in pockets they full up, he okay with that. So this guy overthrown him. But what think happen? Where this guy overthrown, Paul Henry Damiba, where he overthrown, within two months, it changed. Because the purpose of the overthrow was for make sure, say, France, then reduce France, their exploitation, that the country, their resources, and also serious for fight the terrorists. But within 2 months, France able for bribe them, and it changed. The promise where they mean promise the Burkinabe people for say then they come and make sure say they execute the war, they're not been the do am. So this na it make Ibrahim Traore overthrow them. When they overthrow them, he run away go na Togo, na they go hide. Now Togo, it been there, it plot coups for can overthrow Ibrahim Traore with the help of external forces, allegedly France, allegedly Blaise Compaoré. When I know that not Blaise Compaoré, not so I don't need for explain to you. Blaise Compaoré now overthrown the first Pan-Africanist Burkinabe president, military president, when Thomas Sankara. Okay? And Thomas Sankara and Blaise Compaoré have been good friends then. Okay? So France and the CIA then use them for overthrown because Blaise Compaoré, well, Ibrahim Traore is kind of an incarnation of Blaise Compaoré. He very, very nationalistic. So it focused more on Africa and African independence and African sovereignty. So they overthrown them, then kill them. Blaise Compaoré ruled for many years. Now it is the Ivory Coast. Okay. Following this good, 5 coups. This makes 6, according to the information. This guy, Damiba, na Togo, na in them they use because he get contacts in Abin Colonel. I think Colonel, na Colonel, na the army. So he gets contact with the other military, active military na the army. So he been they get that use that contact in while then they sponsor him for overthrowing Ibrahim Traore. Okay. Now, this is where the problem is. This past Kuwait on the 3rd of January, this Kuwait cost now in extradition. According to when we trace the money, about $175,000. $175,000. Now in the spend on this latest school. Some of the guys that went at the contact at the ground, this guy happened for BC. Now active military. It's supposed for married, he get wedding, but with then get 10 million safer. Then the money 10 million. Out of that 10 million, I think it take 3 million for arrange a marriage first. It's very interesting. It cuts out of the 10 million what they get, it cut 3 million for a marriage. So what's in the proposal we don't make? Immediately after they overthrow, when they assassinate Ibrahim Traore, the week after that, it for married. This not to Damiba. This now another contact in Burkina Faso, where the money then give out for let able to pay the other folks then we involved in this school. Okay. Now here is the tricky part. Then there not be no say the Burkinabe intelligence service then don't actually get hold of all the activities where they go on. The Burkinabe intelligence service, they're so good. Well, I go give you now why they are good. I give you now the reasons because I did a very thorough research on this. So then let's for make the gameplay. They not intervene because they want to get enough information, the communication way they go on, both digitally and physically, man to man. Then let's let the game play, make it pretending like they don't know nothing waiting they go on. Then begin for plot, then begin for map in some of the people them were involved in this school. Few hours before the execution of this school, now in the Burkina Faso military, now they intervene, then they arrest most of the people that were involved within the country. Then get enough information for accused, because before the past few coups, they no say Paul Henry Damiba was involved, but they're not able to produce enough information. This time around, that make them left hand for make the coup just play out. Until few hours before the execution of the coup, they are because they don't get enough information, they arrest all the people them. Now, then take this information, then present it to the Togolese government, where actually harbor Paul Henry Damiba as a refugee. Then they apply for extradition, then present the information. There was no way the Togolese government go say, okay, this is not true. So then gonna court take this application and gonna court, let the court go see the process. 3 days. Now you just take. Now the court say this guy need to go. So they extradite him. They bring him. Now Burkina Faso, they arrest him. So they can over him to the Burkinabe army. Right now, it in a Burkina Faso military cell. Now they did. Well, this guy is talking. This guy is talking. Why this guy is talking right now? Because the Burkinabe government, they promise Togolese government say they're not going to execute him. Okay? They say they're not going to execute him. So if they're found guilty, they go jail him between 20 to 25 years in prison. Well, that's my promise. We don't know what thing ever happen. So where they don't begin pray, because what thing can happen first before this, the one the way they arrest first within the country, that then begin talk now, because when they present you voice or the video where they interact with the other person, there is no way where you go say, well, not to me this, or I not do this, I not do that. So then self them begin talk, without them they sponsor them. Now Damiba with them brand can self in begin talk without them they sponsor them. Well, we all know it's not the default accusation, not so. Without una feel say na in dey behind this, without una feel so. Well, obviously, the first default perpetrator, now France. But the interesting thing here is why Blaise Campori? Why Blaise Campori? A name pop up on this coup again. Somebody who don't cause the worst atrocities now, you own country. This is why. Oh, let me bring this again. If you now see down here, I say when leaders betray their countries. See? That's not the reason why I put this. Blaise Campori, because of in selfishness, in unpatriotism, it make Burkina Faso, just imagine, now just look at the videos where they come on Burkina Faso before this young man take power. The roads and them very, very bad in Burkina Faso. The street them very, very shameful. Blaise Campori ruled Burkina Faso for many, 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 many years. Had it not been for him, Burkina Faso could have been a paradise now, because Thomas Sankara been really. This guy was the guy where one from make sure say Burkina Faso is self-sufficient. Blaise Campori go overturn now because France give him money, when they call land support him, able to do nothing in Burkina Faso. At this time, with his old age, if I be not just don't say anything. If in a Muslim, they go now Mecca for go ask for forgiveness, or if in a Christian, they go now Israel, whatever place where then they worship, for go ask for forgiveness and enjoy the rest of your life. But where I hear say Blaise Campori, the money come up from him. I don't know who that give him the money. I don't know if now your money, but allegedly he was involved too, and then Kuya will be there happen. So I don't know if Ibam Traore then get for indict Blaise Campori. I don't know if they get enough information or just hearsay that waiting then they get from the captives. I don't know. But this now in the gun now Burkina Faso, the guy we been obsessed with coups have been arrested and now in custody. Will the coup continue? Maybe, because some of the coups actually not come out from this guy. There are other people now, Ivory Coast and Benin and other places where actually then they train for continue for destabilize the country. So that's now the other segment where I've been one for tell una about, for say this is what's going on in Burkina Faso. And if there's any other information during the course of the trial, because I get for follow up, I will tell una waiting they go on, right? Now, I think it's time for let we go. Now the comment. Okay. This is Sylvester K. Kamara. He say, I understand the frustration and I agree that Yengai is a critical issue that needs a swift resolution. It is a tough situation for our people there. I have been reading that the government actually deployed a high-level delegation to the area recently. The what they call court, but at the read and at the chat. He say, um, delegation to the area recently and is working with ECOWAS to bring a lasting, peaceful solution. It seems they are trying to avoid a military conflict while pushing for diplomatic pressure on Guinea. I hope to see faster resolution too, but I think they are taking it seriously on an international level. Yeah, we had that too. Remember during the time of Tijan Kaba? Remember Tijan Kaba? Tijan Kaba they then work very hard diplomatically for make sure say they're able to solve this. Then promise them Guinea troops, Guinea authorities attending a last Conde. He promised them for saying, "Oh yeah, we go left or something like that." They never ever left. Then comes Anes by Koroma. Anes Koroma did the same thing diplomatically, tried but very hard. He not able. Then comes the military guy, where everybody they hope say, well, this guy not military guy, at least because diplomacy without pressure, they work. This is the thing. We're not able to forfeit Guinea at all. But let them see the tension for say yes. Not just a pressure. Maybe Guinea they take we seriously. Okay? Guinea go able to take we seriously. But now this guy already abandoned this because at the end of the day, he's not gonna do anything. He left 2 years for him. 2 years. How Guinea they try for in a way out. So it's a lost cause for this president. And maybe the next president, I don't know what he get for do. But above all, why don't we just try for secure we country? Why? You the president you gonna power, you not get much, where you commodity and say you get 50 million, 100 million, 300 million, all the money here. You go get a budget of 40 million, $40 million for the entire military, 13,000 active troops, $40 million. Sad. Really, really sad. Now let's go to Ajibu Tijan Jalo. Useless. That is a very strong description for lawyers. Well, they are useless simply because Ajibu Jalo, you very well know, say it's a shame that profession in a salon. Where the lawyers then they not public, then they talk, then they try to tell we about the constitution, things that we then go for good land. You were not to lawyer yourself, you go say, this guy, I don't know what thing they go on with. So it's uselessness. I think that the appropriate word that one day. What to make you go school for? If you're not able for tell the one that will not go school, waiting it entail now your constitution. It's useless. Seriously. I'm not going to make any stronger word than this. Because I guess so many strong words were for being used, but I think say this now, it just means say you're not gonna use. They're not gonna use because I give you an example of AKK, the young man AKK in interaction with BMT. Now LYV, I was so upset. I'm not upset because I'm upset because I was expecting a lot from the lawyer, and for the fact that now that interaction there, it been the boast of English language, it been the boast of in law degree where it get for say this man, you see that's why it pays to be a lawyer and all those type of nonsense where it been just the spew, and it not being even realized it was very, very terrible. BMT not ever go school for law. No. But this guy able for quotes from the constitution more effectively than the one way actually a lawyer. How you call that? How you call that? It's uselessness, you know. So I think what thing they're supposed for do, they're supposed for regulate that profession there for ethical boundaries. Because it's like say they not even take their profession very seriously. If you take a profession very seriously, you will make sure say they give disrepute to the profession. Where people then they look and say, ah, but man, to better person, you useless anyway. Because if you do that, now the profession self it a disgrace. There are a lot of good lawyers in our salon, no doubt. We get them. But because of them small lawyers, they boku, just they produce no more, just they produce. I believe say you do economics, not so. Ajibu, you do economics. What's at the time when you produce more than people they require? The value of the product becomes useless and it is devalue. Not so, it is devalue. So I think say they need for sit down and try for work on that profession because now a very honorable profession. Law now very honorable. So I don't know, but I think say now the only less stronger terms for use. I know we use for say them dumb because they're not dumb. They're not dumb at all. They're very smart. But why then they disgrace the profession this way? You just feel like me when a computer science guy, somebody when know nothing about computer science guy, they can actually teach me about computers. What make I go school for? Somebody when not go school for that, you can't begin to teach me about computers. That makes sense. That's uselessness. All right, let's go to Ajibu Jalo again. 13,000 army personnel is correct. Yeah, now see 13,000. Ah boy, come on, let's have 35,000. Okay, 13,000 is enough. Okay, that's fine. We don't get money. Money no day. So how we go able now? Let's introduce a national service program. Okay, a national service program. Every single pikin we don't graduate from high school, they go 6 months to a military training for basic training. Maybe the 6 months is too much, but give them 3 months, 90 days, basic military training. Then after that, you go outside, you go take another profession. So in case there is a national war or an invasion of we land, at least we get now a pool. We're not going to go start from scratch like what happened during the Civil War. Me and I don't know if we've been there. We've been there now, the Civil War. There was a time when they go take people picking there because they rebel them. They pressure the army so much, the army almost crack. So they can go train somebody for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and send them na the military na the war front. It don't make no sense, right? So let's do that. But who is going to do that? Madabio. Madabio is very tired. Madabio, you they look Madabio the way they work now, you're going to say Madabio is too tired. I believe say Madabio right now they pray God for say make this tear done quickly. I'll just pull me foot from this place. So we are looking at the next president. Maybe these are some of the things, and again forbid the APC. These are some of the things we will get for introduce to the next government, APC government. Say, hey, let's do this. Let's do this. And Ajibu Jalo say, but why do we have an air force though when we have no plane? I also surprised. So I also surprised when I feel saying a mistake, but I remember I got one of my schoolmates where now Colonel, now he have been the spokesman for the army, Colonel Isa Bangura. We they call her Izato. I think he did now East Africa right now, he do course there. a day Pandu course, I think 2 years course. So why do we have Air Force? Why? Maybe the Navy, I will say, because we can get them Pampaya. We go use Pampa. That's fine. But why do we have the Air Force? We will not get no plane. Anyway, it doesn't make sense. All right. Sylvester Kamara say, while I am 100% committed to Yenga belonging to Sierra Leone, rushing into a war with a neighbor over a small village could destroy our economy and cause more loss of life than it solved. We need to push for strong, fast ECOWAS mediation, not bloodshed. Yeah, I agree with you on that side. But this is no longer about Yenga, if you understand what I've been talking earlier. It's no longer about Yenga. Yenga is a test case. Do you know that in Cambia, about 5 miles into Sierra Leone, now they then put them guys and say then go. I not go there, but based on waiting and telling, 5 miles into Sierra Leone, now then guys then go put the how they call them, a place where then they block people them. 5 miles into Sierra Leone. Okay? So Yenga is a test case. And besides, it's not the village now the problem. It's not the village. The village now they then just go occupy. But most of them land and they all surrounding Yenga. And then the family right now. And the family down. So it's not a village. It's a region. Okay? It's a region. And that Yenga, he gets minerals then where they not touch it at all. They're not going ever for go risk the military for a village where not even reach how many houses? Less than 200 houses. But it's not the village, it's the value of the area that is most important. And now they not say we can't do anything. Now they don't begin encourage into Cambia district. This guy, way born Kono, probably it will tell me back because I understand say even Kono, there's some kind of encouragement they go this small. So I don't know. It's bad. All right, let's go to Sylvester again. Going to war with Guinea over Yenga push the whole region at risk of destabilization. If we use military force, we might not only lose the land, but also create a long-term enemy on our border. We should be advocating for a demilitarized zone and let me read here because it quotes. We should be advocating for a demilitarized zone and joint development projects as proposed in recent talks rather than a military action that could lead to two elephants fighting the grasshoppers scenario. A very good suggestion, this. But it takes two to tango. Okay? It takes two. I don't know if you're aware of the proposals where Tijan Kababin presents to Guinea. You don't know, right? Well, forget about Tijan Kaba because it's a long time ago. Anes Koroma. Tijan Ajibu Tijan Jalo there, now they need the government. Maybe it will tell we the proposal where Anes Koroma been proposed to the Guinea authority for Yenga. So if all these suggestions we bring council, we I believe saying are the same suggestions we government them been they put to the Guinea authority, it not work. It don't pass 20 years. Yenga then still did it, and now then they expand. How are we going to do as a sovereign nation? How? So would they just continue for push backwards while then they come forward? I don't know. No, I have no clue. Now a very complicated situation. But we have to find a solution towards that, or otherwise we will lose our sovereignty. All right, mushroom 3368. Mushroom. Mushroom. I don't know. I think that mushroom. All right. This is why I had no regard for BO. The country has given so much to this fellow, but he has done nothing tangible as a payback to our nation. I am livid. I agree with you. To be honest with you, my brother, when Mada BO came on the issue of Yenga, for some of una way been the follow in 2019, I've been really get hope say, well, this I think say probably not the best person where they can solve Yenga because my guy na military person, so he know exactly what it takes for making able to solve this problem diplomatically or otherwise. That was my hope, and I was very hopeful. But today, I'm more disappointed than even the civilian um, leaders the who don't pass Jankaba and Anes by Koroma. It's very sad. Sylvester Kamara saying, he said, I understand the frustration that diplomacy has not worked for over a decade. However, we should be demanding that our government takes the matter to the International Criminal Court to settle it legally once and for all, rather than, let me read here because here it quotes, legally and once and for all, rather than starting a war. It's if we use force, we may not be able to win, and it could hurt our people in the border region more than anyone else. Let's push for stronger non-violent pressure on the Guinean junta. Who is going to do that? The government of Sierra Leone. That's what that make with the pressure the government of Sierra Leone. The civilians are not going to do that. It's the government because that's not the constitutional obligation of the government for protect lives and properties. Okay, so we don't care how the government solve them as long as the problem is solved. Because the more the problem they lead on, the more it costs more. And just like what I tell you, why Cambia? Why Cambia? So you see, some of these things actually create unintended consequences. Because sometimes when somebody begin realize you are weak, they take advantage of you more and more instead of you stop. So we have a lot of work for do, but Madabio in government should do more to solve this problem. All right, George Waka, 1860 say, somebody sent me the link. I'm enjoying the show. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, let's okay. George Waka, 1860 also say, in my humble opinion, we don't have visionary leadership like Nkrumah and Nyerere or Rawlings or Thomas Sankara. Yeah, that's not one of the unfortunate parts. All the leaders they all get now kind of a bunch of hustlers. Now hustlers that we get, we not get actually good leadership. We not get visionary leaders, as you say. Because if you're not a visionary leader, the first thing we get for do is for protect your resources. Because without resources, you're not be able to do anything. All the money how they go learn from external sources, whatever IMF, World Bank, and whatever bank, they go learn. It just they enslave us more and more. Tell me how many years we don't they lend money? Who's how we go with their money then? Not nowhere. And the more we lend, the more it actually push we to the lender in control. Sad, sad. Yeah. We're not getting visionary leaders, and that's sad. But we as citizens, we also responsible somehow. I believe since Sierra Leoneans then get people that will visionary. Boku, in my own opinion, we get people that will highly intelligent, but something is holding us back. Something is affecting us like a virus, and this is called It's called attitude. Now that make I be the emphasize earlier, attitude. When you believe say the only thing that matters is your own um, benefit, then nothing else matters. We need for change with attitude. It's very important. Um, George Waka, 1860, also said this Yenga issue has been going on for quite a long time, and Mr. Bio, as ECOWAS chairman, should have held a meeting with member states to discuss this most pressing issue, which affects us all. I asked the question earlier, just like what you're saying, what has he done? Now that I understand that they have been complaining, they've been complaining at the ECOWAS. Now he is the chairman of ECOWAS. What has he done? I don't know. But I see that he go hug the same person, then he kiss. No, they not kiss. I know I left Fatima Bio can cause problem na me platform just so they not kiss. But you see the joviality with the two people, the two guys, the way they sit out and they talk, then they laugh and something like that. It just wrong to me. Somebody way don't go occupy your place. Yeah, I don't say make you not go na the place there. I don't say make you not go because now the chairman of ECOWAS. But you get for sure some sign of dissatisfaction towards waiting they go on. That's not, I don't see that at all. George Waka also say Ajibu and Navy 2 Ajibu and Navy 2, have we got any ship? We'll not get, well, we get Pampa. The Navy is it better small because at least we'll get Pampa. Very sad. George Wakase, Nkrumah book called Neo-Colonialism, The Last Stages of Imperialism, parts answer your question. And George Waka also say, why leaders betray their country, Lord? For greed, selfishness, unpatriotism, so many reasons where leaders they just betray the country. Like I know some people like Damiba they talk about, or Mohammed Yusuf. I'm not telling you what no more. Madabio betray Sierra Leone. Madabio betray Sierra Leone. Last week, was it last week? I don't know if Naya. No, last week will be no broadcast Saturday because that Saturday we get a final Naya, so my Sunday I broadcast, and I think saying now the TPN forum, the WhatsApp group, where I talk about the betrayal. Well, I know what happened. Thank you very much, George, for bringing this question. Okay. For the past 7.5 years, ladies and gentlemen, we see how Madabio they travel like na bond. They go every week or every weekend. They travel all over the world. The money where they use for travel, they don't spend millions and millions of dollars just for travel. And we all see where we all when a citizen. I don't say the SLPP folks so let me take water first. I don't say the SLPP folks, but the rest of the citizens. Then they tell Madabio say you need for reduce this boku travel. What if Madabio been say, oh, it's necessary for law with travel, not so? Because when I travel, now they go and spend money for can do the countries in work. That's what he been saying. He said it's necessary for travel. Now, so he tell we the citizens them. Madabio don't travel over 200 times during the course of the 7 years. Over 200, probably. I don't know how much right now. I don't get time for look at the data, but it's over 200 times. So they always they argue, we say the citizens, Sierra Leoneans, for say, oh yeah, I they travel, but in fact, they make a joke. When people are angry, they make a joke. Guess what? Now we vote for them, not so. Now we lead them. If we're listening to, we more than a listing anybody. But guess what? Madabu, the IMF pull an annual report. And from that annual report, then put a small sentence. And it's not like an order, it's a suggestion they put. You know what they say? They say the president need for reduce the traveling. Guess what? Immediately, Madabu accepts the IMF the recommendation for say yes, he need it can reduce the traveling. Why? Tell me, you and a SLPP guy. I like dialogue. Tell me, the people who vote for this guy, they don't tell us for the past 7.5 years for say the traveling is too much, it costs more money for the country than the way they bring up. He said no, it's good for travel, not so they say. They're now an institution when not vote for you, when they not give a damn about the country, it's all about their own business because IMF is a business institution. And businesses always look at the maximization of profit. Okay? So the advice or the suggestion where IMF made is not for the benefit of Sierra Leoneans. It's because they don't put money where they want that money there, at least let it able for maximize profit. And then Boku travel here, it is just to reduce that. It will make them very difficult. Okay? Madabu immediately accept the IMF their suggestion. This is now an insult to Sierra Leoneans, ladies and gentlemen. It's an insult. When the one way say can represent me, can lead me, make sure Nami give you contract, not to IMF give you contract. Okay? Nami they represent. If I tell you say reduce, but you get for wait external forces for can't tell you, then you say, oh yeah, now you see the disrespect who will leaders that then get now that country there. They are puppets. What is the definition of puppet? Not that exactly. When you adhere to the advice or the order or the command of external forces than your own country. That man, he come and say, well, yeah, not true. I think so I get for reduce now. I reduce. In all respects, we all. So this now kind of the betrayal we talk about to leaders them. There is no respect at all. George Wakase, the Nigerians have a national service program which works well, and my ex went to another part of the country. Yeah, national service. Yeah, national service is now a very good program for especially emerging countries like Sierra Leone. You don't need for get 100,000 troops, but at least prepare the citizens in case something happens. Bruh, the world the way it is today, so it's crazy. Look what's in the going around the world. You see Donald Trump now, he say he need Greenland, whether by force or by diplomacy, he wants Greenland. Donald Trump grabbed with the help of George Waka, I don't know, but US and Nigeria, not so. I don't. First of all, why Nigeria then go elect such a person? Nigeria, now the superpower of Africa. Would they look up to Nigeria? If Nigeria blunder, man, what I get for advice we now? Look what they do. The United States go bomb Nigeria. They say then they go fight for the Christians. I had a conversation with Christians now, some of the religious groups they were joined. After the bombing, some of them, the Nigerians them, or not only Nigerians them, even other Christians, the African Christians them, then they celebrate. Now them groups in there. I look. I say ignorance now a disease, man. I asked them, the Nigerians them, where did it? I say, okay. You know where they go bomb so? Sokoto. The place where they go bomb. When last did you hear any terrorist attack in that area there? When last? So, if indeed this guy now terrorists you want for bomb, why you not go bomb outside the terrorists then they? They go bombs on side where terrorists they not attack that place for the past 8 years. No terrorist attack. Terrorists not in that place there. Small village na Sokoto area and that. Then go bomb there. Then I think them begin for realize. Then I tell them, I say, oh, now let me tell you. Because we don't know. You see, the problem with Africans, them, we're very easy for carried away. Very, very easy. This is why them people are then they continue for exploit we either in our own country or anywhere. Because I don't know what thing they go on the connection now with brains. I don't know how God wire we. You know, then I tell them. I say, you know what to make that guy they go bomb yonder instead of you go bomb the terrorists? You know, get nothing to do with Nigerian Christians. Nothing, absolutely. I say because, when I remember, the United States and France, they may get base in Niger. In fact, the United States been get the largest drone base in West Africa. Now Nigeria been there. That drone base there. Okay. Where the juntas then come in, then pull, then kick out the French troops. Then kick them out. Waiting may happen. Allegedly, I'm not able to confirm this, but this is what I know. The United States been there assist the French. The French been there within the United States military. We've been there. Then they wear the United States uniform. Are the same people, man. The same people. Then get similar interests. So the Nigerian junta then realized for say, oh, I thought the United States them one kick off. But because when they kick the French mix with the US troops them. So the junta then say, oh, okay. So we allow una for stay. Now una they betray we. Now the reason this way then kick the United States out too. Now the United States not get a base. Now that area there. Okay, they not get a base there. So within the United States want for them, they want for build a base by the border with Niger. That place where they go bomb so. Now the border with Niger, not at Nigeria. So you see, you know, there's nothing for do. So then go build that base there. Now, where then they project them power into Niger too, because Niger is very, very important. The uranium where Niger gets, the largest or one of the largest depository of uranium in the world, is in Niger. So they're not going to just left so no more. Because when they left, guess who that they come in? The Russians. The Russians are coming in. So they want to build a base in Nigeria, that area there, for checkmate Niger. Because they not going want for left that uranium there. That was the reason. There's nothing to do with Christian. If the United States actually serious in fighting for Christians, look what in the go on Sudan. The Arabs are killing the Christians and Sudanese Christians and na Darfur, that area then they. A genocide. They go on that place there. Why the United States not go bomb the Arabs the way they come and kill the black Sudanese Christians there? Where clearly we know say genocide they go there. In Nigeria, Boko Haram and the ISIS where they in that area than they. To be honest with you, then they kill more Muslims than even Christians in that area there, because most of the places where they are Muslim place. And when they cause atrocities, Muslim, now the Muslims and then they kill more. In Sudan, Therefore, predominantly, they're Christians. So when the Arabs and they come out from the Yosa and then they can invade, now the Christians and they kill more. So why don't you bomb Sudan? You go bomb place where you know get nothing for do with terrorism, in fact. So I tell them, some of them that the turn away them begin open their eyes. So oh, now it makes sense. Knowledge. So you see, anyway, let's move on. All right. George Wakase, Mr. Bio does not look well, healthy, wise. Looks like. Well, yep. Well, we pray God for him for make God give medicine. At the end of the day, now we brother, now we president. All right. Ajibu Jalo say, then we have a surplus or excess supply. Yeah, exactly. I think that the question where I ask you, where you produce more than you want, the value they go down. Excess supply, right? And when you get more than you can use, then the value of the commodity becomes less, no longer value, you know. All right, let's go to Peter Dauda. Say, you talk about occupying 5 miles into Sierra Leone, forgetting the fact that Doumbouya last visit our country with a whole battalion all the way to the State House in Freetown. Yeah. He drive with an entire battalion all the way to. Imagine if that guy didn't overthrow, he want to go overthrow with government. Imagine. We have a problem. We have a security problem in Salon. The good news is we'll not get any active war, but all the incident and they highlight the insecurity we Sierra Leone get. A lot of citizens they don't know how a military person will just don't overthrow in government. He get what drive with troops. They enter your country, then go all the way to State House. That's bad. It make we look very, very weak. Okay, Ajibu Jalo saying, frankly though, I agree with you. BMT did school AKK sounded dumb on purpose in that exchange. Yeah, it was dumb anyway. It was dumb. That was really, really embarrassing. Well, the problem is I can understand, but the way the guy been a talk, they're kind of proud. When you get knowledge, you know the proud. When you know the proud. Oh, it pays to be a lawyer. This is why this is English language. You need to know English language. What's that for? The guy they can whip you, and he still a. Well, I think so that ending kind of fighting shame and desperation. So I'm not surprised where he been give jobs on this, but everybody we actually understand gonna say, man, you're not a lawyer. Why this guy now they go quote the constitution for you? Now you supposed for quote the constitution, you teach this guy what the constitution mean. Well, now BMT go quote constitution. The guy when illiterate in terms of law, well, not illiterate but ignorant. Anyway. Ajibu Jalo saying the APC became more lethargic after the proliferation of lawyers, one dumb decision after the other. Worse off, the NSA, that is the National Secretary General, is one of those lawyers. Go figure. The Secretary General don't disappoint me 2 times. 2 times. The first disappointment was the Secretary General for roam around the public media. They talk about we constitution, quote we constitution. A man where, according to the one they will Sabiam, he don't be a lawyer for the past 23 years or so. He go and quote the constitution for some Sumana issue. Then for make the PPRC, very simple, less than a week, come and say, bruh, this is wrong. This is the correct thing. That's not the first disappointment as a lawyer. Now, they don't start back with Jagaban. Now, this guy don't begin go back to the media. He say he meets Jagaban in name na the roster, na the list, the membership list. So, he not get time for know whether he qualify or not. He no say he qualify. Now, he don't begin trigger other things. You now the leader of the administrative head of the party. Now, if you don't come proclaim for say you meet this guy in name, now the list. Now the question where every member of the APC, because one thing where we all as APC supposed to do, irrespective of what in your status, irrespective of what in your political alignment or affiliation, irrespective of your financial status, we need equity, we need equality, we need fairness. Okay. Now, if Jagaban is qualified, mean that the first person we fetch for Jagaban saying, no matter what in the circumstance, this guy qualify for run. You can say he not fit for be president, but if he get the right for run, because he qualify per APC constitution. Okay. Now, if Jagaban not qualify, I know they shy away for say, no, Jagaban not qualify. Irrespective of the money where he gets, Jagaban go able for make an effect into we politics without even be a leader. He able to do them because of the money where he get, but equity, sincerity, and fairness. You get people that way they don't fight for this position for the third time and then they pass since 2018. Okay? Don't fight for nearly 10 years now. For make, you can make somebody jump the line just because he give money, allegedly, or because he get boku money. That's not fairness. It's not. All the thing Jagaban need for do, he prove say yes for say, him be not registered before 2023. Wait then say he registered in 2014. And for Lassana Doumbouya, I don't know if he concerned about his credibility or not. Now you say this guy, you meet in name. Whose list will you talk about? Whose list? Because the list where Yasana left, 813 members. The list where Yasana gets, 813 members. Jagaban in name no did it. In name no did it. If Jagaban register in 2022, 2023, if another list you talk about, in registration date, supposed for date. It's supposed for date in registration date. Did you look at the registration date? And now you say, I don't get time for verify. Oh, okay. But you get time for verify for people that way don't be vice president. Now you don't party. You get the right for verify, say this person not qualify, but you not get the right for verify somebody where you just can't know, it just come, just because the guy get money. Is that the way you as a secretary general? I think I advise the secretary general same. Most times, you as a leader, keep quiet. Because the ordinary people like we, so if they talk, you know, they know it. We talk the way they talk, then we don't know it. But you as a leader, when you open your mouth talk, now a policy statement. Guess what? I not be even no say the Secretary General say them thing in. But people then send messages to me, say, hey, doctor, waiting are you on take? Now, so the Secretary General say what? The Secretary General? Now, the same problem you have for also for APC. Same problem where they may not the cause. Now, they try for settle one problem, they open another problem. Then, guy, then just let problem at the APC party. Just do the right thing. Forget about what somebody think about you. If not, you nothing at the right thing they do, there's no reason. There is no reason. Just you as a leader, do the right thing. Whether you do the right thing or not, people are going to criticize you. So forget about the criticisms. Do the right thing. You know. So it's a in made a list. Whose list now on there? Now it will come and give Jagaban the qualification for say you qualify. Somebody will come and say, no, this person not qualified. This person not qualified. Now, problem don't they happen back. They say, hey, the APC and they hala to themselves and again. Hey, boo, when are we going to, well, then get meeting the 31st of this month. Hopefully, they all they go sit down and try for iron some of them petty stuff here and move on. If Jagaban qualify, Jagaban get the right now. It get the chance for making it produce a membership. Let everybody see. Let people they are able for authenticate any information where they bring come. Me, I tell you, say if Jagaban, not the first time this way I call on the Jagaban. Before Jagaban come at the limelight, I don't know see Jagaban one for run. I call on Jagaban and say, hey, before they run, you get something way hang on your head. That is a membership qualification. So first thing we need for do, make sure you solve your membership issue because at the end of the day, now you can get for come back and hold you on. Now, if you be not do them, then come boku talk here, enough for below them call. Everybody knows the Jagaban qualify, so why they go and waste your time? But up to this time, Jagaban not even. I don't know, but I don't think they don't even try for talk about a membership. Too bad for APC. All right. Michael Coker say, Dr. Jagaban is my candidate. Yeah, I know. You know, SLPP. So anything we now you think say they beat. First of all, if Jagaban qualify, we not go able to beat. No candidates now the APC, the one the way I know see they run away, the SLPP able to beat. None, absolutely. Including Jagaban. Michael Kuka say, okay, BO will not settle Yanga, Jagaban will. If Jagaban qualify, yeah, I don't know. Michael Kuka say, EBK betrays Sierra Leone by plotting a coup and then sneak to exile. Whatever. George Waka say, it is not just the attitude, unfortunately. The Europeans created the divide and rule, yes, in my humble opinion, has affected the way we interact with each other. We need to bring back the respect. George Waka, I want to ask you a question. Or anybody here. Can somebody tell me within which local culture we actually right now they practice na salon? Anybody? Because most of the culture who they practice na salon now borrowed culture, na foreign culture. So we are dead. A person without a culture is nothing but an animal. In fact, animal is better than that person because you know what? Animal know in culture. You know, we ever see a goat, they go mingle with a cow. It's not in culture. But tell me, Sierra Leone, which culture right now we will get? What would they proud of or say, this is our Sierra Leone culture? The clothes themselves, what would they wear? Where actually now they identify you. For say you're not a unique person, When you wear and you go any side, people then they look you like this foreigner. What is that? So whether the time for talk, I try for agree with you. The Europeans not only erase we brain, but they redesign we, they reprogram we in a way where we hate we self. African man hate in company. Then call am self-hate. In African society today, especially Salo, when somebody die, whose clothes way in wife where they left, they wear black. Not so black. Wetin are the significance or the symbolism of that particular practice for wear black? I'm waiting. Tell me. You know wear white too. Now black you go well. For say, well, it depends. Now a disaster. Black is means bad luck. Black means bad things don't happen. Now so then teach you, now so then don't reprogram it for what we believe. Everything that is black is bad. So if me not black, you not black, and you believe say everything that is black is bad, if you talk to me, how I would even look at you, how I would even take you seriously, because you're not a bad person. You see what they call brainwashing. That is the brainwashing what they talk about. It's sad. It's sad. But it's important for make we re-educate, like what you talk so. We get for re-educate with people them for make them come back and take control of their young culture. Most of them cultures and they then don't die out. So I don't know if we'll be able to resuscitate them, or even if it even important for resuscitate some of them cultures. But we have to come back. We have to come back if we want to move forward. Let's go back and look at what happened. And you can only do that through re-education. The only species on earth, talk about human being, the only species on earth where is able reproduce in your kind from another species is the black. That's superiority. It's superiority. When a black man and a white woman, them born picking, that picking in a black. It's a white. When a black and a black, them born picking, that picking they can be albino, white. Tell me, when last did you see a white and a white born a black picking? They're not able to reproduce that. You see all these superiority things where people in the preach around the world is kind of a jealous about the black race, because the black race is unique. It's unique. There are so many things where the black race supposed to be proud of. They make you despise those type of things. They reprogram you for make you despise them. Black is nature. My sister or my brother. I think na George Waka na a man as yeah. Black is nature. It's very hard for make you get a black person get skin cancer. You know what they call skin cancer? The sun. Also, one of the things that we call skin cancer. Very, very hard. You can be outside the sun for hours. They affect you. Because we get certain ornaments with this black skin, we then call it melanoma, where they protect you. But we despise black because then we program with Satan. Satan. That's what they call black. That's Satan. And the worst thing, before I move to the next comment, the worst thing we then do for clean we brain our own religion. Religion now can actually can clean everything. The Holy Spirit, the symbol of the Holy Spirit, now a dove, a white dove. When last did you see a black dove mentioned as a Holy Spirit? Dove, now white dove. God, now white. All the religious figures them, then turn them to white. These are all some of the efforts from continue for reprogram. And they tell you one thing, what's how you see brainwashing is very a disease. If you go to any church today, I'm telling you go to any church, you go tell them people and they say Jesus Christ na black person. Why you dey worship a white Jesus Christ? You know what thing they tell you? The black man know what they tell you? Oh, color no matter. That's what they tell you. The effect of brainwashing. It's a disease, a virus. Well, if color no matter, why first of all they introduce color? Why they introduce color? If it don't matter at all. But you gladly they worship that when probably you can't realize it, what you worship is not get nothing to do with the God. Now, in order for make you get an excuse, they argue, say color no matter. Color it matter for them because they introduce color into religion. Brainwashing. Anyway, let me move on. All right. Ajiwu Tijanjalo say EBK has succeeded in getting Professor Conde to demilitarize Yenga. This was occasioned with a gradual ceremony in Balamuya. Things changed when Good for Northern Bio came in. Biona disappointment. That disappointment. In the army. That disappointment. All right. For the story man say President Bio don't respect the people of Sierra Leone. No, they don't respect you. They don't respect you at all. George Waka says, so it takes a white institution to tell Mr. Bio to cut down on traveling. Yeah, IMF. IMF now the only institution in the world where tell we own presidency cut down on, reduce on traveling. He say, yes, sir. Puppetry. We leaders are all na puppets. They're all na puppets. I will hope God will give me the power for make I become leader in a salon. I like now 1 time. When I give me 1 time no more, 1 time is enough. I will build the structures the way the next president way they come. They will just work on them. I get for take sacrifice because the way they don't structure the system, the neo-colonialism system, sometimes I can also look at sympathize with leaders them in some ways. Because the system where then they meet, where they don't structure, is very, very difficult for navigate outside of that system there. I'm not talking about Bio and Yenga, that's not separate thing. I'm talking about the country. Okay? One of the structures of neo-colonialism is called coercion. Now, we depend on them for money. And now then they give you the money. Okay. And the money, there is nothing like a free gift, or some people then they talk about grants. Oh, not free money. Grants, not a free money. There is nothing like free when it comes to Europe. Nothing, absolutely. Now, people the way they don't understand, and then they go with them, or manipulative people there, and then they go with that idea and say, so, oh, this is not grant, this sort of money we don't get for pair. You they pay that money the one way or the other. You don't necessarily mean say, we then pay. If I give money, now money they give me back. No. Sometimes payment also, I give money, they give me other things where I get interest on. So there is nothing absolutely way free where would they get in Africa. Nothing absolutely. So coercion is when you force somebody for do something where that person not even willing for do, but because you get the leverage over that person, that's now one of the tools of neocolonialism. The second tool is called any idea? Second tool of neocolonialism. Secrets overthrow. Secret overthrow. Waiting a secret overthrow. Democracy. Some people then go start and say, democracy? I think democracy is now we the votes. No, it's democracy. It's a powerful tool where the West then they use against Africa. Let give an example. And Ajibu Jalo will able to attest to this. And Madabi, after he come on power, he will able to attest for this. And I give an example. If a president, a leader, an African leader, know they do within the Western masters then tell them for do, you know what you know the West what they do, then they go sponsor you your opponent. Call a democratic overthrow. It's a coercion too. Then they go sponsor your opponent, give them the resources we need for beat you. As long as that person there is willing for do their own bidding or continue the exploitation, then they give them the money. Then they come and despise you. Then they talk bad about you. Then tell you say you're not a dictator. Then they do everything. Then we get certain leaders then at the Africa where they know about this, they go on. But because of their greed and selfish, then they go to that. Then when you come to power, the one way maybe you know one agree for the exploitation, then kick you out. So you're not getting no power again. So the exploitation is continuing. That's another tool. Democratic overthrow. Another tool. And I see another tool where they hide them, but now it's because of the desperation, it's now becoming to the public. Forceful assassination. So you see the system. See, if you don't agree, will take you out forcefully. Now, well, maybe we don't do the democratic overthrow in our work. We don't do the coercion in our work. Now we take you out. Yeah, they assassinate you. So you see, sometimes also I sympathize with leaders them because the structure is so pervasive, very difficult for work outside of that. If me become a president, I'm going to collaborate with the West. I'm going to collaborate with the East. I'm going to collaborate with the Asia. I'm going to collaborate with everybody. But it has to be a mutual collaboration. We are in, I know they try for take advantage of you because you don't get XYZ. And also, you know, they take advantage of me because I don't get XYZ. They come mutually and sit down at the table. We talk business. You get your own benefits, me get me own benefit for me people them. Everything will be all right. But if you say you can't exploit me, no, I'm not gonna take that. Go. Good news. The good news is now we get what we call a multipolar world. What is a multipolar world? Well, during the 80s, 90s, 70s, 50s, and even 2000, until recently, we only get one player at the field, the West. That's all. Again, at the camp per economics. Again, I'd like to give example with basic understanding. In economics, if only one supplier now you get na the tongue where they supply a product, that supply they now get the power. If they change the price anytime where you want for changer because there is no other competitor. Not so. So if they control the price, they control everything we get for do with the product. Not a bad thing, not so. So that was exactly what we call a unipolar world, one player. If you don't agree with the player, then too bad for you. Okay? But now in a multipolar world, we get multiple players. We get many players there now where they come in and compete. Is it a good idea? Yeah, it's good. It's good. Because now you as a leader, African leader, you get options. I don't know if the African leaders and they take advantage of this multipolar world where they emerge now. I think so. I think so. Now, the example where I want you, during the time of Ernest Bai Koroma, the last part of Ernest Koroma second term, there was a time when the IMF or World Bank, one of them, then called Ajibu Jallo were able to confirm this. Then called Ernest Koroma. When they go into towards election, we're in a very difficult election in 2018. Then call Ernest Koroma in government and say, hey, you need for take out these subsidies, petrol and other things. Them, you need for take them out. Well, we are going to a very difficult election. Before the election already, people then don't they grumble because of the hardship of the country. Musicians, I mean, they pull sing, Tolongbo Logo Sidoya, Angry Boko, not so. Now, a financial institution, they tell me, say, now I need for, take out all their subsidies. They are way able for suppress the prices of gas and other commodities. And Escoma say, no. You know they do. You know what happened? You know what happened? The West go support Madabio. The West then go support Madabio. In 2018, the West then support Madabio. Madabio, you know, we get mindset for country. Don't tell me, say, oh no, they don't support me. No, they support you. They support you. Madabio can win the election. The problem where the West can get, Madabio would attest to that. The problem where the West can get, they expect say Madabio where he come, they can do exactly the same exploitation. And he do a lot. Madabio do a lot of exploitation. But he make a mistake. He look at, maybe now Fatima Biona, I mean the advisor. That maybe Fatima Biona say, how would they go get 0.001% of we reality now resources? So now that you look at some of the contracts the way them don't sign before, say, you know what, better you know they we need for renegotiate. Huh? We supported you for make you can continue with you will be do now you want for country we say now you want for renegotiate. This was the problem we Madabi also gets in 2023 election. The West was so angry with Madabio. They actually physically, politically interfere into the election. A lot of people they don't know what's been going on. Physically and politically they interfere into the election. With the hope say, Samura Kamara, if he can be president, he will continue the exploitation. So you see the tools of neo-colonialism, how then they play them. Unfortunately for the APC party, The leaders them not sober. The leaders said they're not sober. There was no reason why we for lose that election. No reason. I don't talk about this so many times, so I'm not even bother for reiterate what you have been not talk about. But guess what? When last did you hear an independent election monitoring institution or organization then go ask one candidate for make it help them for raise fund so that then they go monitor the election where that candidates they contest? That's not that make I tell you, say physically they intervene. Well, it's hard. You know why it's hard? Because we attitude, if me na APC, there's nothing wrong with this because it benefits APC. There's nothing wrong with this. It only bad if they against them kind of attitude they are against APC. At the time where they come out and say this is a bad thing, they interfere on the election, this, that. No, but if as long as at the APC, this is the attitude problem what they talk about with two people there. Okay, so let's okay. I don't over extend my time. It's now 2 hours 33 minutes. Now I don't make so. I will just go a little bit more, then we stop this, okay? I know they talk again. I just did. All right, Michael Coker say, Doctor, do ya let the part travel? Where una win, una go fix everything na the country. Jagaban say, I go do that. Police Oriman Sare say many politicians don't like Sierra Leone. They add the one more word day for you. All right, George Waka say yes, my ex was a Nigerian. Thank you. And Police Oriman Sare say presidents have give cause even people who don't do business or don't know any business in our governance wants to become president. Oh. Police Oriman Sare say may Allah help we country, but that's what they mean. Okay. Ajibu Jalo say the delegation to Conakry at the time include Honorable Dauda Jambodi for development, who was foreign minister at the time, Ambassador Dauda Kamara, both of blessed memory, Honorable Alpha Kanu, my good self. See, you know what thing actually happened. George Waka say I am proud to tell people that Christians and Muslims get along with each other and even get married to each other. Oh yeah, Sierra Leone is a religiously tolerant country, so no doubt about that. George Waka say he did. Peter, can you imagine that the other way we need to strengthen our border personnel? For this reason, I say this is the time Sierra Leoneans need to learn more. The comment them beaucoup. For this reason, I say in Sierra Leone now everyone after late audio business. That is not the reason why NSG talk on the phone. Whose audio where they talk about so my brother. For this reason, I say he tell was in Riyadh interview. Oh, you mean now we had interview now they talk about Jagaban. For this reason, I say is the membership not in the PPRC? Oh yeah, we have membership in the PPRC. And not to the PPRC no more. We have people who actually get the list. So if I say they go bribe the PPRC for making the Adande, I don't know. But that list they people then get some. Both Yasane in list and Alfred Peter Quente in list. People then get some. For this reason, I say Jagaban is hide under his shadow. For this reason, I say presently many Sierra Leoneans has lost their culture. Yeah, we'll not get culture again, bro. Because we despise we culture for foreign culture. George Waka say in things fall apart, before the white man came, we were doing fine. Yeah, everything was fine. When they come, they can't tell you, say, hey, close your eye and let's pray. Then when you close your eye, when you open them, the gold don't go, the diamond, all the don't go. I Michael Masaboy, Madeline Masaboy say, Happy New Year, dog. Happy New Year to you too. There seems to be a lot of confusion within the APC party at the moment. Something feels amiss. Integrity appears to be lacking, and the way things are unfolding suggests that the party could use some reorganization. Let me continue reading here. This is called the party could use some reorganization. It's troubling to see so many individuals vying for flag bearer position. Does it really seem like politics is the only career option available in Sierra Leone? I find it puzzling at times. Take Jagaban, for example. For instance, why not concentrate on his business endeavors? Hold on, let me. Endeavors. He is thriving in America. So, what is the appeal of chasing after the presidency? I think it's high time we start giving women a fair shot in politics, even though it's clear that the APC is not inclined to support or nominate female candidates because of their archaic view on women's capability. Capability. It is truly disheartening, especially since your candidacy could have brought about meaningful change. Even though I have never voted in Sierra Leone, I will have seriously considered supporting you as the nation is in dire need of integrity and trustworthy leadership. Thank you so much. When the time reach, you go know my sister. All right, Judge Waka say it's up to us to promote our African culture. Put on your country cloth or your ronko or agbada. Yeah, if you put her up, you go some side, then they look you as you now a foreigner. People then they even laugh at you. All right. Ajibu Jalo say all applications for membership in the APC has a date of registration, consistency, and that application must be guaranteed by a senior member who can attest to your feasibility. Yeah. So now that make sometimes I can blame people like Lasana Dumbuya. They're all the cause problem na the party. They're able to fix any problem waiting at the party if they then serious. But then I think same this chaos where they go on, so it benefits them or somehow. George Waka say late 80s, I read 2 books, one called Decolonizing the African Mind by a Kenyan writer. Ajibu Jalo say finally that application must be signed by the NSG, who guarantee and who is the NSG that signed. There are so many questions where Lasana Dumbuya need for answer. And they will just tell me, say, oh, now meet them. Or you meet them, you can forget a detailed documentation about that registration date. Especially when everybody knows the registration is questionable. So now it has to go through scrutiny. And if you can't defend that, then it's upon you, it is obligatory upon you for make you give good answers. You know, they just kind of, oh, I not get nothing for say about that. So no, you are the Secretary General, not come and cause problem. George Waka say, in terms of cultural attire, you will never see a Nigerian wear a coat and tie. Nigerians and Ghanaians then they do very well. They still maintain some of their culture, even though most of their culture also don't disappear, but they still hold on to some of the cultures. And as Sierra Leone, no man don't see any culture again. We don't eat them. George Waka say, black is beautiful. We have melanin which protect us from the sun, but now our ladies are skin bleaching their skin. Very, very sad. Very, very sad. Brainwashing. Ah, Ajibu Jalo say Jagaban has demonstrated the ability to be generous, but certainly not a leader. A deranged APC party and or manage a complex, not to lead a deranged APC party and or manage a complex and battered economy. Yeah, I don't think say he prepare for that yet. All right, Iske, Nigerian culture doctor, so sad. Yeah. All right, George Waka say we can reclaim our culture by starting to wear our country's cloth and the ronko or gara tops. Yep. Me on town self, then they pan make a porous society. I read and say then they pan do throughout the chiefdom, the paramount chief they do they initiate porous society throughout the chiefdom. Nice. If you not believe in that thing, then they good for you. That's not me own culture. I know they go inside water, turn fish. I go learn how to breathe now water. All right, for example, Mobutu. Oh, okay. General Gassi, that's why the West got rid of Nkrumah and other visionary leaders like Lumumba and Tom Mboya of Kenya. I just did read now fast. Damn, today program is too long. Well, it go the way people then they participate. It really good. For the Soliman side, say President Bio is not capable of providing leadership, but he's listening to kids on the blog. Senge, Timothy, Chernoba, Alpha Sisi, so Speaker of Parliament and his wife. I'm sorry, him after power, he too will be exiled or seek asylum. Well, whatever. Madeleine Bohema says, all right, let me read from the chat. I remain hopeful that with advancements in AI and robotic, we might be able to eliminate some of the negative influence we've encountered in the past. I pray for this change, yet I recognize that it reflects a broader reality in the West. This is why many people are skeptical of Western style democracy. It often feels like a facade. In Africa, we have yet to truly experience the kind of democracy we aspire to. As we see, as we seems to be adopting the worst practice instead. It's not too late for us to make change. We need leaders with integrity who genuinely want to transform our country. Without meaningful transformation, it doesn't really matter who takes power. Things will likely remain the same because we haven't moved beyond the colonial mindset. Okay, this is too long, so I go just colonial mindset. Many of our politicians seems to be stuck in fear, saying what they think we want to hear. But as soon as they are in office, they often revert to the same old pattern, taking credit for previous leadership instead of focusing on real progress. It's disheartening, but I still hold onto the hope that with the help of AI, we can expose dishonesty and corruption. We can track where bribes are coming from and see the truth behind the scene. I truly believe that if we harness technology effectively, it could lead I truly believe that if we harness technology effectively, it could lead to significant improvements for our nation. George Wakase, again, bra, it's the mindset we have to push our culture, start from primary school right up to university level. Like I said, um, if we want for get a progressive nation, the curriculum needs to change because these schools are the institution that prepare the younger generation for can take leadership. So if the institutions are rotten, then the education is going to be rotten. If the education is going to be rotten, the people who consume the educations are going to be rotten. So you see the relationship. It just about like rest. If you go eat rotten well, it affects you internally. So the curriculum need for focus on waiting the benefits the country. Okay, we get for do something where they benefit the country, where go able to propel this country go before. And it starts from primary up to secondary up to college level. So the curriculum has to be changed. I don't know whether they will do that, but that's the first step. And the last comment now is from Isa Koroma. He said George Waka has taken over the forum. George Waka just come in at least. Let me give a chance. Let himself because I think at the first time this way actually they participate. So I want for tell and plenty thinking as a newcomer for come every Saturday. I don't know who saw you did, but it depends. Right now, 2 o'clock Eastern time. During the summer, now 3 o'clock Eastern time. In Sierra Leone, now 7 o'clock. They change 7 o'clock Eastern time every Saturday. I think Europe is I think 8 o'clock or something. I think there's a 1 hour difference between Sierra Leone and London. So something like that. I just want to tell you plenty thank you for the wonderful contributions that we all done put together. Now this program here. I hope say una self benefits from million presentation. I benefit a lot from una own contributions towards them. Then we continue for good to teach because at the end of the day, that's the only thing we'll get. We'll be able to reverse some of this archaic mentality of people. Them, education. The thing about education is not just going to school. You can get knowledge from anywhere. It doesn't have to be through formal education. Like what will they do so? They learn a lot from what will they discuss from. I learn a lot from Una. The things that Una say, the things that Una present, I learn a lot from Una. That's knowledge dissemination, knowledge sharing. And knowledge sharing is the effective tool to make Una bring back people them so that they will be aware. Because to be honest with you, we have a long way for going. The mentality of people them is so obscure to the extent that it's very difficult for reverse. And when somebody is brainwashed, sometimes even now help you, they help them. If you say now mislead they mislead them, it affects you back. So it takes patience for make you able for succeed. So I tell you plenty thank you, and we'll go see you back next week, the same time, the same place. Thank you so much. Bye bye.